Okay, what up, people? Audio, visual, and Alpha Mind, Alpha Thoughts, Alpha Talk 101. Part two of my view, simply my view. And I only speak on things that have a bearing on my life and the way I see the world and certain aspects that are becoming either oppressive, things that are becoming instrument in opportunities within the ventures that I myself are partaking in with my life that goes into that arena, whether low level, whether ground level, whether underground level, or whether it has the potential to become something elite and prestigious to the point where the type of fame that this man is mm, he is actually at the expense of his freedoms are coming at the expense of his fame. That's the only time when I have a mind or have an obligation and take the initiative to express myself in the most objective and non-biased way possible for myself within my own understanding of communication and articulation of my feelings, thoughts, and emotions. Now I just got finished I got a text while I was at work. I'm a youth mentor. I work with children. I also do a lot of other we call it work or we'll just say service work in helping people overcome themselves and overcome certain battles that we've that a lot of people find themselves in the trenches of in society, even in the earth. Most people run into it in the urban element. But with that all being said, a lot goes in account. I've been taught by element that teaches me to think before I speak. When I'm within earshot of some information being spoken, eavesdropping can put you in circumstances that make you guilty by association or guilty by being a witness or a passerby. So I'm more keen on what I say, what I ingest, what I choose to regurgitate, repeat, or talk about. Now, my last video, I was talking about the instances where fame actually becomes more of something that one must account for first before we choose to take the initiative to speak on something that could be otherwise taken out of context. It could be chosen to be viewed as offensive, because I think this is one of those cases where people are choosing to take offense to something that Kyrie posted due to his persona and his track record of being scandalous or otherwise being viewed as problematic because of his viewpoint. Some people are contrarians by nature. They could be saying something that you would possibly agree with or do agree with beneath the surface, but a person can choose to go against the grain because, hey, it's what I do. It's my forte. It's what I'm known best for, outside and beside what I'm known best for. His being basketball, his athleticism, his elite athleticism. But some people want to be understood as being jack of many trades, of king with many crowns. I could do more than just play basketball. I'm a thinker also. I'm an intellectual. But we also have pseudo intellectuals and quasi activists out here that use their platforms as a way to just present argumentative content, just to argue and spit viewpoints and explanations to make people feel either less smart, make people feel guilty unto things they're not a part of. And this is one of those cases. And it's both ways, it's both sides of the coin. He's guilty of it by presenting something in an objective form with the intention of, with his spoken intention of just trying to teach people. But in this time, in this heightened time of heightened sensitivity to certain subject matter, especially when it comes to ethnicity, sexual preference, when it comes to what people want to be identified as, when it comes to race, when it comes to pure just objectification, it's a very highly sensitive time for people to speak in a public forum, especially for famous people to speak, because it shows that you're choosing a side that could be oppositional to the way the masses think on this side, the masses think on that side. Then we got the spectators that are left to look at all of this information and just choose to look the other way or be entertained by it. Entertained or either saddened, depending on what type of understanding or comprehension you have of the current situation. You are either entertained by it or saddened by it. And when you have a spiritual understanding of things, that people are people, human nature gets very ugly and it's beautiful. At the same time, it's hideously beautiful and beautifully hideous. When you have that, you're either, depending on how you feel about yourself in life, you're either saddened by it or you're entertained by it. But the other people who are just looking to be pushed or blown in a certain direction, and they have a preferred direction in which they want to be blown, given that people take shit out of context, when it fits them or benefits them, when it favors their true intentions and feelings on any subject, that's the way they want to be blown. And if you say it loud first, that's the way they're going to go with it. And right now, without any of us saying anything, the way people are being blown is, hey, you should not say that about this. I'll give you an example of this same exact thing, context tweaked just a little bit, context morphed just a little bit. Donald Trump was at the podium campaigning and spoke about Mexicans being rapists and thieves and criminals. But Donald Trump was not canceled. He was elected. He was revered by people who want to be blown in that direction. Now, Kyrie just posted a movie about some historical information that some people may want to hear, some people may want to throw a blind eye to, some people may want to disregard, some people may oppose. It's his freedom to do that. We are the land of the free speech and everything, but it is being grossly taken out of context by the masses because of a flame that has already been fanned by another black man who purposely spoke anti-Semitic words with the intentions of creating a conversation, provoking thought about a subject matter that benefits him, but it didn't come out like that. And it's kind of like, is the juice as good as the sweet? Is the juice is as good as the squeeze, as they say, as the saying goes? Was the juice as good as the squeeze? Was the juice as good as the squeeze? And if you ask them right now, some people try to keep up appearances of what they first felt, the passion they first felt upon causing or initiating or partaking in a war or battle, and they don't have it no more, but you have to keep up that appearances and save face and say, yeah, I meant what I said. But when you get a chance, when the emotion is all gone and you look at it like, dang, I didn't have to say that, or I could have said that a lot different, more truer to what my intentions were. But egos, when it comes to being famous, can make people speak brashly and more brazenly in a way that I don't care what they think. I have this capital and I have this status that absolves me from any repercussion that the regular man might get, the non-famous citizen. And what society is proving right now is no matter how famous you are, if you are not a part of the highest echelon, you can be dealt with. And they call it cancel culture. Cancel culture is a very scary, it's an ugly thing. And sometimes it can be beneficial when it's directed at the right, what we view as the right pedestal. And I call it a pedestal because it has to be a pedestal for everybody to see you all at once and choose to cancel just you. It's a lot of people saying that one thing that you're saying, but we're going to come at just you to make an example out of you. Y'all see that? What we did with him? He's our less favorite right now. Matter of fact, he's our easy pick. We're going to pick him. Y'all see that? Now stop saying that. Matter of fact, we know you're going to keep saying it. Stop saying it so loud. Stop saying it where I can hear you, where I can see you, where it makes me feel a certain way. And that is what's happening to Kyrie, and is what's happening to Kanye right now. Now he's been banned. The $500K that he sent to the cause to keep people or persuade people not to do such a thing and speak in such ways when they're famous, because we still have platforms like we have witnessed with Twitter. A certain word has been used exceedingly more than it was before Elon took power or took ownership of Twitter. And, you know, there's going to be some ins and outs and proceedings to try to nullify or lessen that, but it never stops. It's never going to stop. You only can see what's never going to stop and choose where you fit inside that design. And you live by example. And hopefully your example, it shines and radiates and resonates so much that who all that are in your immediate circle learn from you, and you cultivate a new norm for those that you are in close proximity to. But he has been banned, and he's been banned from the NBA without pay, a job that has absolutely nothing to do with what he posted. And as he was saying that he's not promoting anything, now he's forced to bring it down to ground level and say what his true intentions was, which was to give his people what he believes is the truth. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but like we all, and like I just said, like we all know, but you know, not too many people speak on it, that words is like bullets. Once they come out, you can't bring them back. And when you are famous, your bullets are bigger than everybody else's. Your bullets hit everybody. Your bullets don't have just one name on them, like a person you're arguing with that you're trying to prove yourself or make a point to. Your bullets are almost omnipotent. They go everywhere, all directions, all places at once, because everybody is listening to you. Some people are listening for you, waiting to hear what you have to say. And certain people are disappointed in it when they're not cut from the fabric you're cut from, or they don't come from the creed or background, religion that you speak from or are speaking for. So it makes them feel opposed. It makes them feel attacked. It makes them feel exempt from the reason that you believe you're speaking for. And when I say the reason that you're speaking for, not just the reason or the intentions of saying it, when I say the reason, I mean, like, I don't have a common denominator with you. I either feel wrong or right by what you're saying. And the people that feel slighted or or feel like their negative emotion is at the expense of something you felt good saying, oh man, we don't think you should say that again. We don't think you should say that anymore. Matter of fact, why did you say that thing? You mean all this time I've been liking you, you've been feeling that way? Because I've been what you're speaking against the whole time. You've been thinking it. So I was not worthy of, it's the worthiness is self-acceptance for a lot of people. And I am who I am and you are who you are, but nobody can distinguish that fine line between what you're free to say and what I am free to understand, or just, let's what was said be said. Live and let live. You feel that way, I can't change your mind. Okay, I like what you do, but we ain't got to be friends. I ain't got to talk to you. But when I got to hear you because it's being, it's propaganda. I have to see it. People were talking about it. Even if I block your this subscription in which you spoke on, in which I heard you, other people were talking about it, and other subscriptions that I have are talking about it. I have no choice but to hear it. So I want you to stop saying it. Hold up, you feel that way too? We want you to stop saying, hold up, y'all feel that way too? We all want you to stop saying that. Hold up, let's all gather together and cancel him. Matter of fact, how can we do that? All of us are going to post it at the same time, and other people, other places that feel the way we feel can cancel this person. And that is a scary thing. It's a scary thing because all of us want to be accepted, want our views to be accepted, and not all of us can understand when what we say isn't accepted or agreed with. It's an ugly place. It's a very ugly place. None of us is judge and jury and executioner of anyone else, but we all feel that type of power when we feel vulnerable unto what other people are saying. And we only feel that power on social media because everybody has the power to put something out there that reaches much further than the eye can see, further than the mind can fathom. But it gets there. It gets out there for the people who are looking for it. And when they look for that, they find the ability to make themselves heard. And social media is a place where anybody and everybody can be heard for the people who are looking. Don't even have an endpoint for this because this is just part 2, 17 minutes in. To whom it may concern, give your point of view on it. Not at me, please. Just give your view of it. How you feel about it? Because I'm trying to take as much of a objective view of it myself, but I have more weight in the I have more weight of my logic and understanding and rationale upon this subject. I have more of my weight in the run it through a few filters before you say it. If you feel strong enough about it, let it come out, let it be, and whatever comes with it, you got to be able to accept it and move on. Because before we speak, it must pass through 3 gates. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Another threshold to either run it through or let it stand right there at the cusp of before you say something is only speak when it improves upon the silence. When it improves upon the silence. Those are 2 very, very, very very prominent people in history that said those things. Some things we speak can become echoes toward other people who need to display that wisdom in order to understand it later. It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We learn some stuff, we get used to doing some stuff, and then we understand why we must do it in hindsight. Cause and effect, consequence and repercussions, trial and error. Where are you within all of that? Why?